What was John Dee's scrying method? Imagine sitting in a dimly lit room, eyes fixed on a dark, reflective surface, waiting for visions to appear. That was the core of John Dee's scrying practice. Dee used a polished black obsidian mirror, made from volcanic glass, as his main tool. This mirror was carefully crafted and polished to a smooth, dark surface. Sometimes he also used a crystal ball, but the obsidian mirror was his favorite. The mirror was not just for reflection but for opening a window into the spiritual world. Dee did not scry alone. He worked with trusted individuals called scryers or crystal gazers. The most famous of these was Edward Kelly. Kelly would gaze into the mirror or a crystal ball in a quiet, darkened room. The environment was important because the low light helped the eyes adjust and made faint images more visible. Kelly's job was to perceive and interpret the visions or symbols that appeared. Dee would listen carefully and record everything Kelly saw or felt. The process was very disciplined. Kelly would sit quietly, stare into the reflective surface, and wait for images to form. These images were often faint outlines or shapes, not clear pictures. The scryer would describe what they saw, and Dee would write it down. The visions sometimes included strange symbols or figures, which Dee believed were messages from angels or spirits. These messages often involved a special language called Enochian, which Dee and Kelly worked to understand. Dee believed that the reflective surface acted as a portal. When Kelly gazed into it, he could contact angelic beings who shared divine knowledge. The visions were not random, they followed a ritualized process. Dee and Kelly prepared by praying, meditating, and setting intentions. They believed that the mirror was a tool to access hidden truths about the universe and spiritual realms. In practical terms, Dee's scrying involved specific steps. First, he would prepare the space with ritual objects and symbols. Then Kelly would sit in front of the mirror, gaze into it, and enter a focused state. The faint images or symbols would gradually appear. Kelly would describe these images aloud, and Dee would record every detail meticulously. Sometimes they used a crystal ball as an alternative focus, but the black obsidian mirror was their primary device. Dee's method was rooted in the Renaissance belief that the material and spiritual worlds could be connected through disciplined practices. His scrying was not just about seeing spirits but about gaining access to divine knowledge. The visions and messages he received helped shape his magical and alchemical work. His approach combined careful ritual, keen observation, and a desire to understand the hidden forces of the cosmos. This method left a lasting mark on the history of Western occultism and shows how Renaissance thinkers sought to bridge the seen and unseen worlds through focused visionary techniques.